probably should have done this ahead of time, but didn't because I'm an idiot. Okay, there we go. Get rid of this. Alrighty then. We are here. Put my headphones on. I do this just for show too. I'm not even listening to anything. So what's up, everybody? Soresen here with our theme stream of the month of February 2018. What's up? So I posted this yesterday. I don't know how many people actually saw the thing pop up because YouTube subscriptions have been a little wonky recently. Like I know for a fact there's a couple videos that didn't show up on my sub box until later, like a couple hours later, which was ridiculous because I got the announcement on Twitter first. I don't know what's happening to YouTube, man. I don't. So before we actually get to the theme of this month, which it's in the title of the stream, I want to say I love the new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. I didn't like the ending of it though, not because of it's coming out. It's because of what they say. They give you like way too big of a spoiler in that trailer, and I do not appreciate having such a big spoiler in that. If you watch the trailer, you'll know which spoiler I'm talking about, but do not tell others because I don't want to ruin it for other people, and I don't want to do that. So to start off, our theme stream of this month, I started watching this new anime recently. Well, it's not really new. I actually don't even remember when that anime came out. Let me look that up real quick because I want to make sure I can give you guys facts here. It does look a little bit dated, though. I will say that. So let me see if I look it up here. So the anime, according to Wikipedia, because that's the only place you can ever go for that. The anime came out in 2007. So it's like near the end of 2007, beginning of 2018. So that's around. It's like 22 episodes, 26 episodes long, something like that. It's a while back. Like it's a decently long time ago. At this point, unless you were like an anime that One Piece, Naruto type of thing, where you kind of had like a big development team behind you. Most of the quality isn't the greatest, but it's still like passable. Like it's not one of those like super jarring animes where everything looks really, really bad and downgraded to like the worst extent because you just need to push this project out. No, it's like in that middle ground to where it's passable, but you can tell how dated it is. So it's an anime called Ghost Hounds, right? And at first, when I saw it's supposed to be about these kids who apparently become ghosts or whatever. I saw in my mind, right? I was thinking of, first of all, I was hoping it wasn't going to be like Wolf's Train because that series was ass, terrible, terrible show. I regret watching it. My freaking cousin told me to watch it. And it's one of those shows I regret watching that he recommended. There's a lot of those, but that one, because I did finish it, it was even worse. So I was hoping it was going to be like that because of the title, Ghost Hounds. I'm expecting dogs, and I'm like, please, for the love of God, do not do that. And on the other side, I thought it was going to be like Danny Phantom. I mean, obviously, I knew for a fact it wasn't going to be like Danny Phantom, but I thought of it like that because it talked about the kids turning into ghosts. So I'm like, okay, so that's how Danny Phantom was. He was a normal teenage boy who now has the ability to turn into a ghost, and it feels like. So it was one of those types of ideas that were in my head. I didn't get either of them though. So essentially, what's happening here is, like the title of the stream. I'm only like, I believe I'm in episode 8. I think I'm in episode 8 right now. So all three of the main characters have had traumatic experiences in the past. So the main character, like the main character, he was kidnapped when he was a child, and his sister was basically died right next to him. So he had that, and then one of the other kids, his father killed himself, and he's the one that found the body. And then the other kid bullied someone into suicide. Pretty dark stuff, right? So these three kids, awful past experiences, right? So I feel like it makes the characters seem more realistic because they have a broken past, and it's like they're trying to work their problems here. So the main character is actually going through therapy. Well, actually, that's a lot. Two of them are going through therapy. So the first, the main character, he's going through like actual like psychological therapy. He's seeing a psychiatrist every couple of weeks or every other week. I don't remember exactly right now what the time frame, because I don't even think, I feel like they've mentioned it, but I haven't really been paying too much attention into the time frame. But I believe it's like every other week or something like that. The other kid, the one who bullied the other kid to commit suicide, he goes into, so he because of how it happened at his old school. The kid jumped off the roof of the building, so he has like a fear of heights now. Don't understand how that works, but go with it. So he has a fear of heights. So now his therapy is actually like these goggles he puts on in front, his face, and it's kind of like a virtual simulator type of thing. So he's supposed to be flying through the sky. So he's able to like see really, really far, and it's supposed to help him get over his fear of heights type of thing. So it's basically a video game. The other one, he doesn't really have a therapy, and he's not really seeing a specialist or anything. More so like his family is part of like this religious cult or whatever. And like, I guess he does the music for them. So like most of the times when we see them not interacting with the other kids, he's at his house playing his guitar, like making a song in his guitar type of thing. Like I said, I don't know if that's supposed to be therapy because they haven't really mentioned it in the episodes that I've seen. But those are the three extremes here. The funny thing is, the kid whose father committed suicide and our main character are actually related. They're like cousins, I believe. They do that whole, how Naruto had it where Hinata and Neji were related. They're cousins because Hinata's family is like the head of the clan, and Neji's family is like the lower branch. So that's kind of that mindset, because like the main character's family is the head of the branch, and then the other kid whose father committed suicide is on like the lower branch. So he's like one of the side branches of the family group. Pretty crazy. And up to right now, up to the episode I have watched, they have had, I believe, 3 of these out-of-body experiences. 3? I think a total of 3 that they've shown on screen. They probably had more or whatever. The first most notable one is when they actually go into the place where the main character was kidnapped, and all 3 of them get to the room where the kidnapped, where they were, I guess being held or whatever, and some weird things happen, and all 3 of them actually are removed from their body, so now they're floating spirits. And they were able to like go around. So essentially they went through the real world and the afterworld. They went through the line. So now they were in the I forget what the name of they gave it a name. The unseen world, I think that's what it is. Which, obviously humans can't see it because it's where the dead live. So there's a lot of these ghosts and all these ghost bugs and all this stuff around. It's pretty crazy. It looks weird. But I like what I'm seeing so far from it. And it made me start thinking, like, what would it be like, right, if you actually had an out-of-body experience? Like, what would you do if you happen to have one of these experiences? Like, because the way they show it off there is that their body is essentially there limp. They're not really dead, but they're basically just there on the ground. And then their spirits actually come out and are able to free roam anywhere. Obviously, they have to come back. They said there's some guy who tells them if they don't get back to their bodies, they won't be able to go back in at all. I don't know what kind of time. They're not giving me a time frame though, so I'm gonna give you guys like a couple hours. Like if we were to do actually something like this, I would say maybe like 4 or 5 hours you could be away from your body before you can't actually access it again. Excuse me. So if you were, let's put you in your room, in your obviously your house, your room, and it's I guess it's like around the time you normally go to sleep, so that way it won't feel weird that you're just a dead body in where you're at, and like you actually have time to do whatever it is you want to do. Where would you go? What would you do? Where would you go? Why would you go there? So I guess another thing I should probably mention is they actually move relatively fast while they're in this other state. Like, obviously they stayed in the same general area the first time it happened, but the second time they had this experience, they actually left where they were at. Like they were here where the kidnap place was, right, which was in a dam, and then they left the dam. They stayed around the dam area, but the other time that it happened, they actually were on a mountain, which was crazy because they literally went across a mountain into this other place. It was ridiculous. But it's one of those things where like they were all separated. Like the main character was in his house, the other kid was in his house, and I pretty much all three of them were in each of their houses, which are not very close to each other. And they were able to meet up in this other completely different area, and that's when things started happening. So it was crazy, right? I'm assuming you could travel a little bit farther than that because they did that in a really short span of time, and I'm giving you guys like a 5-hour trip here. So you would have to probably calculate, okay, so if it takes me this long to get to this place, right? So I think you would have to experiment a little bit because this is not like a one-time thing. I'll give you guys, the time to do it more than once. So like maybe gauge how long it would take you to get one place and then come back. Obviously make it somewhere close so you can gauge, okay, so if I do that much this many times, and am I able to come back or something like that? Because I know like there's no way in hell I'd be able to reach Japan from here, right? If right now I'm in Arizona, right? I don't think I could make it to Japan in 5 hours and back. Like there's just no way it's happening. So if I were to go somewhere, right, I'd probably have to stay in somewhere in the continental U.S. Unless can I make it to Hawaii? I don't know if you can make it to Hawaii. There's no way you can make it. There's no way. Because you would have to cross Arizona, California, the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, there's no way that I'm not gonna be able to. I actually don't know. I don't think 5 hours is enough to like actually go out of state. Maybe if you're like close to the border, you might have a chance. But like, damn, I'm trying to think. No, I think 5 hours should be the limit though, because like, body's just there. Like, do you really want to risk that? Because like the thing is, you could probably do like if you just didn't care about your body anymore, and you're just gonna be a floating spirit for the rest of your life. Sure, go wherever you want. Like, I'm not saying you have to come back, but if you want to stay alive, I'd recommend you come back. So I gave you guys that 5-hour window. Maybe could I make? Because I know like the normal sleep schedule for a lot of people is like 6-7 hours. So I don't want to make it that amount because then you would have to like rush back, come back to your body to be able to wake up in time. I don't know if that's worth it. That's another thing. You need to also take into account that you're going to be tired because while your body's gonna be refreshed, whatever, but your mind isn't, because your mind is what's out there. That's your spirit is involved with your head or your mind. So your brain is going to be tired as hell. Your body's going to be fine, but you're going to have to take that into account. Do you really want to waste all that time and then come back and then be tired the rest of the day? No, I wouldn't want to do that. So maybe I would go out for like an hour or two, come back, so that way I have like a decent amount of time to sleep afterwards. But yeah, where would you go? I'm actually like trying to think right now. Where would I go? Because I know for a fact I wouldn't be able to travel anywhere too far. I feel like I could go to so where I am, I think it's about a 4-hour drive. No, 4 or 5-hour drive to the Grand Canyon. So I could definitely get there way faster if I'm floating in the air. Just zoom. So I think I might go there, and then because I'm a ghost now, I'm a spirit, I can actually like go into the Grand Canyon and explore everywhere. I think that would be cool. Is what I would do probably, because I think because of the time frame I'm giving us, It's probably my best option. Plus the fact that there's really not a lot to do in Arizona. If I was in Puerto Rico, though, I could definitely go to a lot of places. I could even go to the next. I could go from where I live in Puerto Rico to Cuba in time and come back. Probably more than likely. At least Jamaica. I know for a fact I would at least be able to visit Jamaica. And there's a lot of the Virgin Islands I could go and chill out. What's up? Do all that stuff for sure, for sure. But you know what? I'm here now, so that's it's not as possible. Now, if I was visiting, let's see, where else could I be? I have family in New York, so if I was in New York, I could go to Canada. If I was in Florida, well, I mean, Florida's just across, like literally just. I could definitely go to Cuba from Florida. See, where else do I have family that I could visit? It's not a lot of places here, or at least places that have like other things I could go. I might make it to California. I'm not sure. It'd be a risk. I don't know if I would want to take that risk because, like, if I don't make it to the border in time, it's not going to be fun. This is hard. Like, I thought this was going to be something interesting, but now that I really start thinking about it, unless you live in like some specific area, you're not going to be able to go to too many places. And obviously, these kids are staying inside their local city, so it's not like they're going way too crazy with it. But I think it'd be fun. Like I personally think, I don't know how I'd feel if it would actually happen, because obviously I've never had an out of body experience. I don't even know if people still have those these days, because I know a lot of people used to have those back in the day, or they would say they did. I don't know how that would be. How crazy would that be? I feel like, excuse me, I would be interested to try it, or at least for it to happen, but I would be freaking out because, like, obviously the first time it happens and you don't know what's happening, you see yourself there on your bed or whatever, and you're just like, what the hell? What am I? Where am I? What am I doing? And they can actually see themselves, obviously, because they're like little blobs. That's how their ghosts are represented. They're these little blob figures and stuff like that. And their brain is kind of like this purple green mesh that's floating around there. Their heads are huge when they're in this form. They look like freaking aliens. So yeah, I don't know. I would be interested to do it. I'd be freaking. Obviously, it'd be freaky the first time because you don't know what's happening. But I wouldn't be against it. I would definitely want to at least try to see. At first, I would try to see how far. Like you obviously can't have a timer with you, so you're gonna have to do it like mentally or stuff like that. Or maybe when you're in your body, you travel. And okay, so there's a clock here I can look at. There's this thing over there I can look at, stuff like that. And I think that'd be your best shot at this, because there's really gonna be hard to time yourself. But you're gonna need. You might have to do. I don't know. They haven't shown them being able to actually pick stuff up, so I can't say for sure. Because if you're able to pick stuff up, well, obviously, hell, take a watch with you, or your. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend my phone, but like your watch or like a clock or something with you, and then you're like, okay, so I'm here. I got here in this amount of time. If I go back, it's gonna take me roughly around the same amount. So, how much farther can I go before I'm completely screwed? And honestly, I think if we go the 5-hour limit, you can't take more than 2.5 hours to get somewhere, because it's around the time you would need to get back, or you'd be cutting it really close. Also, they haven't really shown how fast they can go. It's one of those annoying things. But I'm going to give you guys the ability to go really, really, really fast. So you're obviously going to be going faster than a freaking car. On top of the fact that there's no traffic. You're a freaking ghost. What the hell? So you literally just zoom everywhere. And you can obviously take shortcuts because you're not stuck on a road. So it's not like you're going to have to go this road and then turn over here. No, you just literally just go. Plus the fact that since you're a ghost, you can go through walls. So it cuts your time way, way better. I don't know. I definitely want to try this. I feel like I can make it to the Grand Canyon and back in time. Just because of how little force it would take me to get there. I have the speed to get there, and then I don't have to take. I can take shortcuts to get there. So it's gonna be an interesting. It would be an interesting experiment, obviously, and I would definitely like to experience it. Obviously, I want to hear from you guys in the comments when this video ends up going live, because yeah. So if you guys actually do watch the playback of the stream, let me know in the comments if you would even want to experience something like this. If you do want to experience something like this, how far do you think you can get? Where would you like to visit? Obviously, that should be the main one. Where would you like to visit? Do you feel like you can make it there and back in time to get back in your body so that you don't lose your body? And then where would you like to go that you know for a fact you wouldn't be able to make it there and back? So those would be so for me, I would love to go to Japan, but there's no way in hell I'll be able to make that trip. Where I would go is the Grand Canyon, because I know for a fact I could definitely get there and come back in time. We'd be Gucci. And that'd be fun. I think that'd be really, really fun. Fun trip to do, especially since you're floating. You could see way more in the sky than you can on the ground. And by the way, these kids go really, really high up. They are not. They're not. They can, like, obviously you have the ability to go where, like, however high or low you want. But I would go way up there. I love flying. I love being in planes. So I would try to be as high as possible. Obviously, I would still want to be able to see, differences where I'm like, I don't want to be so high where I'm just like seeing blurs everywhere, but I would want to be really, really high. I think that would be. I think that'd be a lot more fun for me. I know a lot of people have these, height. I don't like being too high or afraid of heights, but I actually do like it. I don't mind being super high up, so I would definitely be as high as I could where I can actually still tell the difference between what a building is and what a tree is. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so I think that's going to be it for the stream. Obviously, these are supposed to be really, really short because it's one topic that we're talking about and then dialogue for it. So let me know in the comments when the video goes live. What kind of experience would you have? Where would you want to go, but you can't make it there? And where would you go that you know for sure you can make it there? Let me know down below. I've been SoresanCrockxen, and I will see you guys. When is the next meeting? I need to make sure I know when the next stream is supposed to be. So, 24th of February is the next stream for us here. We'll go from there. March might be a little weird. I might change that up a little bit. I still don't know how I'm going to handle that. Anyways, we're going to leave it there. This is going to be fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you guys later. I don't know why I had to do an outro twice, but I had to do an outro twice. Bitches. All right, I'm out.